All right. I am so excited you guys have joined us today because we have an awesome topic. And really, it's not just about beauty, right, Ryan?
No, it's not absolutely just about beauty, even though we are talking about collagen, which is known for its vanity and its beauty department, but it's involved in a lot of other things. So we're going to talk about those today for sure.
Yes. So welcome to our Monday training where you will learn how our life-changing products can help you increase your health span. I'm Lisa, and this is Dr. Ryan, and today we're here to talk to you all about our collagen. So collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. A lot of times people think of it as your hair, your skin, your nails, and maybe it's just for females. That's not true. So we're going to tell you all about what collagen is involved in, why our collagen is so special, and why everybody should be taking it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, so it's not just like you said, hair, skin, nails, it's teeth, it's eyes, it's the joint space, it's cartilage. There's all these different areas of the body. It's arteries, it's your vasculature. So when we start talking about like aging gracefully, and the earliest signs of aging are, a lot of times muscle loss and premature aging of the skin, which is typically like sagginess. You'll start to see it in the face. Usually you'll lose elasticity. That is all fine and dandy and true, right? Like that's kind of, but on the inside is what I really wanted to focus on today. I want to drive home the fact that collagen is also so present in our arteries. And as we age, one of the contributors, major contributors of disease is the fact that our arteries get more narrow and they get stiff.
Right.
They get stiff.
Exactly. So to go along with that, so we start to lose collagen as we age. It's not just age, but there's other factors that I'll get to. But it really happens, it becomes apparent in our 20s and 30s. Sorry, I should say 30s. Comes apparent around our 30s and 40s. And really when we see that visually, we'll see those, maybe the little crow's feet. We'll start to see little wrinkles, maybe a little bit more hollowness under the eyes, little crepiness in the skin that Ryan was talking about. But that's just what we're seeing visually on the outside. You have no idea what that collagen depletion is doing on the inside. And that's where we really want to hit home. I mean, everybody loves to decrease wrinkles and have their hair grow and their nails grow and their eyelashes, all that great stuff. But it's most important about what's going on inside our body. Ryan was talking about arteries. It also is in the gut lining. I mean, collagen is involved in so much. And we start to lose it in our 20s, about 1% per year. So, I mean, by the time you're 50 years old, you've lost 25% of your collagen. So if you're not supplementing with it, guys, so many things are happening. I mean, wrinkled skin, sagging skin, brown spots, brittle hair, gut issues, leaky gut. There you go. Uh-oh.
Okay. Sorry about that.
And we're back. So leaky gut, bone fractures, joint pain. I mean, there's so much that goes into, or that's so much that is involved in the body when you are deficient in collagen.
You bet.
So supplementing it is huge. And there's many different forms of collagen out there. I actually believe there's 28 different types of collagen. Not all of them are as dominant as others. And Ryan's going to go into detail with you what types of collagen we have chose for our collagen peptides, as well as some other special things that we've added too.
So the big question is, what types? How many types are we saying? 9? There's 29, I think. 28, 29 types of collagen. And there's really, and Lisa said it's the most common protein in the body. It is. It's over 30% of our body, I believe, is collagen, something to that effect. But what types are most important is really a big discussion. But to me, it's pretty clear, right? So type 1 makes up over 90% of your collagen. So you can source from bovine, so from cows, the type 1 and 3. And when you look at other sources and for other types of collagen, you have chicken cartilage, you have fish, you have some other unique ones. There's eggshell, there's some different things, right? Mm-hmm. But ultimately, we want as humans, right? You want to match our mammalian characteristics, right? And that's where the bovine is really superior. It has the key to collagen is its unique amino acid sequence. It's a triple helix. Like I know I joked before about this, but in high school, you probably learned about the double helix of DNA. Well, collagen has a very unique structure to it, and it's a helical structure, and it's a triple helix, but it's specifically the amino acid composition that makes it unique and very different from other proteins. And so again, we find that best match for humans in our bovine sources, types 1 and 3. So, and we hydrolyzed it. So it has to be hydrolyzed because bovine collagen as a large molecule is a large molecule and typically wouldn't be well broken down and absorbed. So we've gone with a hydrolyzed, which just means it's a shorter segment. It's a peptide. It's a shorter protein. So that's why, guys, that's it. I mean, ultimately, that's what you want. You want those type 1 and type 3. And then when you start asking questions about like, well, I've heard there's benefit of this other type for such and such for joint health. Well, yes, of course. But here's what we've done in LiveGood. So we looked at the studies, the clinical research, and said, we want type 1 and 3. We know we want that collagen, but because we don't want to just fill it with a bunch of multi-collagen complex and say, this is the best all-around thing. No. We wanted to give...
That would be almost like a little bit of this.
That would have been like a little bit, yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And then I don't like that concept. I'm very much on clinical and evidence-based. So some of these other ingredients we chose, they actually are all patented ingredients for the most part. They're actually one, hyaluronic acid's not, but the other ones are patented ingredients. And when we go through those today, you'll hear about how incredibly powerful they are, well-studied, well-documented, and how beneficial they are for those other things that people are looking for help with, namely joint health.
Right.
And they're really focused. People like collagen joint, collagen cartilage. I need my mobility. That's kind of like what I think I hear a lot of.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely. And, just another added benefit of it is that, the fact that it is protein, right?
Yeah.
It's 10 grams of protein. Ours has 10 grams of
11?
protein. No, 11 grams of peptides, 10 grams of protein. So it helps with muscle. It helps increase muscle mass, decrease fat, just adding to it.
I do agree, but we don't count because remember, it's a unique amino acid composition, so we won't count collagen towards our protein.
Right, but it still
goals.
kind of helps to replace the lean muscle mass.
It does.
That we need, which therefore decreases fat mass. So great part of a, healthy, balanced weight loss program.
For sure.
Real quick, guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss topics like this, new releases for our new products, as well as just any of our educational videos. And we like your comments, we like your feedback, and we want to know what you took away from this. And also in the description, there's a link that could take you directly to our collagen peptides on our website, and make sure you click on that Learn More section as well. You can learn all you need to know about collagen peptides.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Okay, so we've talked about those type 1. We have type 1 and type 3 in here. The most dominant, the most studied types of collagen.
Yes.
And also both, sourced from bovine. And the reason, as Ryan said, we chose those is because of the most dominant forms, but it's also from the single source that's more related to our body structure.
The bovine. Yep, for sure.
Okay.
And since it's bovine, it is grass-fed for sure, pasture raised, and then grass finished.
Right.
As well.
Which is awesome.
Tested all the way through.
Yes. And also, in addition to all that,
yes,
there are 3 patented ingredients, which really help this collagen stand apart, because there are tons of collagens out there on the market. Velocitol.
Yeah, let's start with
polynol and a preflex.
Cool.
Okay, velocitol.
Awesome for joint support. Incredible. So what it actually does is increases the amino acid uptake of amino acids, which again, that's the goal. So once we consume collagen, it breaks down into the amino acids, and those unique, they get absorbed. And the studies that they have demonstrated somewhere is like increased by 60% utilization of the amino acids.
Nice.
And it does kick in muscle protein synthesis. That's what Lisa was saying about lean muscle mass. That's really one of the reasons why we're so focused on protein and amino acids, because of that muscle protein synthesis. That's what helps us keep and maintain our lean muscle mass and keeps us more pliable and keeps our muscle tissues healthy.
Right. Just ultimately feeling good.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay.
Solid, really solid ingredient for it's a amylopectin with chromium, if that matters to people. But that's a solid ingredient for joint support for sure.
Awesome. Okay, and polynol.
Oh, awesome. Polynol is a sugarcane derivative, which I know you get a lot of questions on whether it's sugar.
Yes.
Yep. Do you want to answer that?
There are no sugars. So
No sugar.
if you read on the back, it says sugarcane extract, and that's from the polynol. There is no added sugars in that. It is just the extract, which is what polynol is.
And polynol, wow, what an incredible wide range of benefits polynol has. I mean, first of all, the kind of the idea with collagen and elastin is that we want to slow the breakdown. We want to slow down the degradation. So like, of course, things like watch out for excess sunlight or sunburn, right? UV. So we'll talk about a little bit the stressors and the things that today to do to look for, but it does inhibit collagenase and elastase. So those are the two enzymes responsible for breaking down collagen and elastin. And so that is awesome. Now we talk about we want to supplement, build back, give the body what it needs to increase its collagen production, but we really ultimately want to focus on slowing down the breakdown and degradation. Same concept that we talk about with cartilage and joint space and joint health, right?
Right.
Slow down the breakdown. But it's a potent anti-inflammatory, it's an antioxidant, it has all these other benefits. It even inhibits COX, the COX enzyme, which is how Celebrex, so a massively successful sort of anti-inflammatory works. But like it does it in this, it does it in a similar manner, which is super cool, but a lot of benefits. I mean, it has heart protection, heart health. It works on the ACE enzyme for those out there that know blood pressure meds, but the ACE enzyme. And it's an incredible, well-rounded ingredient. So I think very, very happy to have that.
Awesome. Yes. Yeah. So again, the type 1 and type 2, type 1 and type 3 collagen peptides, velocitol, polynol, and then one more is a preflex.
Your preflex, Boswellia serrata. So we have a standardized extract of Boswellia. Boswellia is it's a tree that's grown in India. It's been used in Ayurvedic medicine for like millennia, like thousands of years, and really potent in a lot of ways. But again, it's standardized to the AKBA. That's the extract that you're looking for in Boswellia. Using this branded ingredient, we know that we have good sourcing. We know that their quality assurance and their entire program of harvesting is sustainable. It's ethical. And again, with these patent ingredients, you get to use their studies. So they studied these in human subjects and published their literature, which is really compelling, all the benefits that it has. So a lot of anti-inflammatory, a lot of collagen, joint, mobility, protection things going on there for sure.
Awesome. And these three ingredients is what really sets our LiveGood collagen peptides apart from the rest.
Yeah.
There's also hyaluronic acid.
Yes.
Okay, which is a very important combination with collagen peptides.
You want to say anything about it?
No, go ahead.
It slows down the breakdown of cartilage.
Okay.
People tend, with cartilage, again, going to the joints, but people tend to wait too long to think about it because there's really no nerves in the cartilage. So they're not really being told, oh, this is getting uncomfortable.
Until it's too late.
Until it's too late. Yeah. And then, so hyaluronic acid, very, very important.
Yes.
To slow down the breakdown of cartilage.
Right. Yeah. And, a lot of times when I think of hyaluronic acid, I think of for your skin. So just showing that there's so many other benefits that we don't visually see. Yeah. So it's actually a common question, Ryan, that I get, and it's about the vitamin C. They say, you don't have vitamin C in your collagen peptides, but I've been told that I need to take vitamin C with collagen. Otherwise, I guess it's a cofactor, right? So without the vitamin C, it's not going to work as well.
Yeah, you absolutely need vitamin C for collagen production, but I'm not a fan. I'm not an advocate of having vitamin C in the product. First of all, collagen is sort of pH neutral. We'll talk about that with the way that we formulated this as powder versus liquid, but it's pH neutral, right? And when you talk about vitamin C as either ascorbic acid or natural forms, it does have a lower pH, and it also tends to oxidize. So I wouldn't want it in my package, and I especially wouldn't want it to, and for fear of it oxidizing and altering the pH and potentially degrading the active collagen peptides.
Right.
But you do need it, and you absolutely want to get that out of your food,
right,
as well as other.
Or in a multivitamin, our LiveGood Bioactive Complete Multivitamin, the vitamin C in there. So it doesn't have to, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't have to be taken at the same time.
No,
it has to be in your body. You just have to have abundance of vitamin C.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, forget where I was just going with
I could talk about. Yeah. No.
Well, you had just led into it about why we chose the powder versus a liquid form. So you kind of tapped into a little bit.
Yeah, and I'd love to go into that real quick. So when we have this powder, how do we consume? What do we do before we consume it? Right? We do this. We put it in solution.
Make it liquid.
We make it an aqueous mixture. That's exactly what we do. We mix it with water or mix it into a favorite beverage. Here's the two facts. Powder dosage forms are the most stable of anything. That's why the pharmaceutical companies, that's why dietary companies, they transfer, with powder. Powder is the currency basically. And then what you do with it into a finished product is kind of up to you. But powder's stable. However, powder and anything really, tablets, capsules, gel caps, anything has to go into solution, has to be in like an aqueous mixture in the stomach in order to be absorbed. It won't do anything as a dry powder all the way through.
Right.
So yes, ultimately I do like liquid forms, but as a per your own mixing, because if you're buying something that is done up for you in solution, I worry about a number of things. I worry about the stability, right? So how are you protecting the collagen in this example from breaking down over time? So again, the shelf life. And then B is the contamination. So water is highly, highly prone to contamination from mold, mildews, bacteria. So that bacterial contamination is a real risk. Now, companies tend to try to stabilize the liquid, with with preservatives, but it's really the preservatives are really aimed at preventing that bacterial contamination.
Okay.
And by doing so, they tend to bring down that pH. And again, that would be an issue for something that's sort of pH neutral, like collagen. So, but again, going back to like the preservatives, and then a lot of carriers, solubilizers, there's definitely a lot more chemicals and ingredients that you really offer no physiological benefit.
But just to make it stay in liquid.
But just to make it stay in liquid. So guys, please, let's get beyond the powder liquid argument and stop thinking that somehow the liquid prep stuff that's in packaged liquid is better for you. It's just flat out not true.
Right. Love it.
Yeah.
This collagen peptides, our lovely LiveGood collagen peptides, guys, it's only $27.95 for members. So 30 servings, that's less than $1 a serving.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, pretty amazing, because I know a lot of collagens on the market are, pretty expensive.
Sure.
Just had to throw that in there as we're talking about all the perils of our lovely collagen. So you did go into a little bit, we talked about things, well, we said that age, start to lose collagen production as you age, but there's some other things that actually affect it. Ryan briefly mentioned sun exposure, too much sun exposure, stress, nutrient deficiencies, certain chronic diseases, excess sugar.
Oh yeah.
Like all of these things, guys, all of these things we're doing to ourselves can further deplete collagen from our bodies. So we can't prevent age, but there's a lot of the others that we can prevent. But regardless, as we're aging, as I said, 1% starts in our 20s, we start to lose 1% of collagen per year. You've got to you have to supplement with it. You have to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the stressors, that brings my mind to polyol. So remember that sugarcane extract we just talked about? It's actually really what's given this its rich color in bioflavonoids, polyphenols. I mean, those are the antioxidants, and that's your natural, that's not flavored, that's not anything. It's natural color. It's awesome, actually. It has a very light tea flavor, but very, very light.
Which is a very different color than most collagens.
Yeah.
Those are like, clear.
But the polyol has UV protection built in. It also plays an impact on the melanin production. So when you're talking about dark spots and skin, so yeah, polyol is good for that as well. So, but alcohol, lack of restorative sleep.
Right.
I don't know if you mentioned that.
No.
Smoking, of course. I mean, guys, that's pretty obvious, right? If we're smoking, we know it's whooping our collagen's butt.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things, look, just aging and just having the normal course of living, but ultimately we know that there's more benefits besides just the health and beauty.
Besides what you see on the surface.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really so important what goes on inside the body. So along with the color, Ryan said it has a little light tea flavor. It does, but it can easily be mixed in anything. I throw it in my smoothies. I mix it again I like to take 2 doses a day. I mix it again in the afternoon with my super reds. So yeah, very, very, very versatile. You can put it in your coffee, whatever works best for you, or again, drinking it plain. It really is nice. Good flavors.
Let's talk about best way to use it. So I think the first 30, 60, 90 days, and really you could do really double dose, like a loading phase kind of it, right? You could easily do 20 to 30 grams of collagen peptides a day. No problem whatsoever. I drink it sometimes before bed. There's nothing in there that would cause you to be stimulated.
Right.
Dairy, it's not dairy free, is it? No, it's gluten, soy free, non-GMO, keto friendly.
Right. I mean, it's dairy free, but it's not vegan.
Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about mixing it. I had a great question for you.
No, yeah, I mean, but more than once a day is fine, absolutely.
Oh, so you say the loading dose.
Yeah.
Can that be maintained? Does it have to be a loading dose, or can you take, 2 to 3 servings of this on a regular basis?
Oh, I do. Yeah, I think you can do that indefinitely. It's just a function of what are people willing to do? What do
Okay.
they want to do?
Okay.
What's the program they're signing up for, and what do they, what do they expect? So I think ultimately you get more out of it if you're doing two servings per day.
Yes.
Because again, you're supplying your body with these really important, unique amino acids.
And especially if you have those side effects that you start to see or feel that you're deficient in collagen. We didn't hit heavy on the gut.
Oh, sure.
It is like our gut lining is made of collagen. So as we lose collagen in our body, I think, many people have heard of the term leaky gut, but really is like the little tight junctions in your gut lining start to open, okay? They're not as tight. And then food substances leak out. So a lot of times we have these food intolerances. A lot of times that's just what's going on. You have the permeability in your gut lining, and food sources are getting out and your body's kind of attacking it. So it goes in this whole inflammatory cycle. Collagen really helps heal the gut lining. Very, very, very important there. And I think everybody can use a little bit of that.
Yeah, actually, so talking about some of the studies, I meant to mention this about the Preflex, the Boswellia.
Okay.
There was the studies done by the company that came out with the Preflex monitored a lot of clinical markers. HSCRP, which is one, and then hold on, I have a note here, MMP3. So, and they're both very, very much part of like inflammatory markers, and so they both improved substantially.
Just by the one Preflex.
Yeah, just with the Preflex, but statistically significant improvement in both of those markers. So
Very cool.
Yeah, exactly. It is cool.
Awesome. So again, $27.95 for members. If you're not a member, retail price $34.95, still an outstanding price. So you cannot go wrong. Great other things to mix it with. Like I said, in a shake, you can put it with one of our protein powders. So if you haven't learned about our newest release of our whey protein, just use the video link up here, and then you can learn all about that. Mixing them together, guys, is so easy, so delicious. How to get it all in one.
Cool. All right. I just saw these few things coming in. I figured I would try to answer a few, but I think we covered them all.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And time of day was a question about dosing.
Yeah. I mean, time of day, really, the fact that there's nothing in it that would prevent you from taking it before bed, it doesn't matter. Take it whenever you can. Again, my first dose is with my smoothie in the morning. My second dose is with my super reds in the afternoon. That's what works for me. You figure out what works for you.
That's it. All right, everybody.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, and until next time.